Hey everyone, it's Ivan, kitbatch.com, out here for a first look at something new from Walther, as well as Silverlight and our friends over at QVO Tactical. We'll go ahead and start with this right here from Silverlight, even though probably not really, hey, back up, sit. Even though probably not gonna use it right now. Why are you breathing so hard? He's probably watching Cops. If you're unfamiliar with Silverlight, they make stuff with silver. It's actually, they make merino wool stuff. Oh, cool. And idea being, you have a lot of amazing properties of merino wool, and then you end up mixing silver into the mix. And so these right here are some of their socks, their hiking weight, blue, and I want to say, yeah, 53% merino wool, 40% nylon, 2% spandex, and 5% silver fiber. So idea being something that you can put a bunch of time in, think, for me personally, out in the backcountry, things like that, and they don't end up just getting gross. And these right here are some of their workout shorts. Right on. We'll have to put in some time with these. If you have nylon shorts, if you've never experienced this, you probably just haven't worked out a ton, but definitely remember it in the Marine Corps, you get like nylon like silkies, you wear them for a long time, and eventually you just throw them away. They're disgusting because even though you wash them, they just hold on to it. And so idea being with merino, or for that matter, mixed in with silver fiber, you get rid of that. So you can actually, the longevity of a garment goes much further. So cool, looking forward to trying these. Now, I guess we'll try this guy. My buddy Roger over at QVO Tactical, quick violent over. Send me something out. If you are unfamiliar, they make holsters and I think some other things, some like kind of other little products, which is pretty cool. He also has a pretty cool YouTube channel. And what? Nice. Oh. And a sweet t-shirt. Cool. He ended up sending me a holster though. Reason being, I asked because we were actually at SHOT Show, ran into each other, and we were over visiting the Surefire booth. Ended up getting one of the new lights, XR1 maybe. I could be totally wrong, I don't recall. And problem being is, as cool as any light is, if you can't carry it, i.e. have a holster for it, then like where are you at? And so he ended up getting one. Air freshener, I can actually use that in my sweet ride. And so yeah, he ended up making me a holster, this one being for strong side carry. I do love that they use the DCC clips, pretty much the best thing going in the industry, and they do some pretty fun wraps, all kinds of different camo patterns, things like that. This one, he's like, hey, any preference? And knock yourself out. So this is the sweet holster I got. Now I just need a gun and light to put in it. And I'm not totally sure if my gun will fit in this one right here, but we're gonna find out. This right here came in from my friends over at Walther, and pretty sure I know what it is. Can always be surprised because sometimes things show up and I'm like, I didn't know that was coming, or didn't know what to expect rather. But, uh-oh, it's zip tied. This actually, I say this, what I think this is, came about because I was doing some shooting with suppressors, and honestly, nice. This thing is rad. I usually run into issues shooting Glocks as a suppressor host. For whatever reason, I think it's the safety plunger to where, and yes, I've messed with changing springs out, stuff like that, but usually what'll happen is you fire it, and if you don't immediately come off the trigger, it'll drag on that, I think the safety plunger, and it won't go back in the battery consistently, which I find to be weird. But fortunately, Walther happens to make a pretty sweet gun that can be used as a suppressor host. This right here is their SD Pro, I want to say. So all your generally awesome features with respect to your Walther, to include serrations, which I really like, as well as the safety mag release, which is protected, so you can't accidentally like self-defeat. But this one comes with their fancy upgraded trigger. I'll say already, or I've said already, the factory Walther PDP trigger is honestly the best factory trigger I've shot. This one is probably even better, which is wild. Also comes with the flared magwell, throw anything in there, and threaded barrel. So you can use this for or as a suppressor host. Trigger's amazing. And then of course, optic plates, you can swap out, put optics on there. But I'm gonna go ahead and see if this XR1 will work on here with the holster I have, and we'll go from there.
1, 2, 3.
We're halfway there. We got the light on. Now, moment of truth, it might work. Bam. It does work. When I originally asked for this holster, I was thinking for my PDP F series, which this absolutely will work for, but I'm glad it actually works for this. So I'm gonna jam up some mags, and I got a Ruination Cold Start target back there, and gonna get after it. Something else I do appreciate about Walther is their magazines, metal 18 rounds, and they actually show how many rounds are in there. So starting with a magazine of 8 rounds, on the buzzer, draw out, 1 in the low probability, 3 in the high, 1 in the low, 3 in the high, conduct a reload from the pockets, and yeah, get the rest of them, and then hopefully not have to make up any shots, but if I do, then, well, I will. So let's do this thing live. Just kidding. Now let's do it live. Man, come on. Oof. Honestly, I thought I was doing pretty good for a minute, and then I changed my mind. But let's see what we got. 2178. So my last shot before that reload was 1579, which might have been in part-time or not, I don't even remember. But I felt like I was off to a good start. Got that one, 3 in there, got that one, again, line burners. Another 3 in there, conducted my reload, feeling pretty good. Shanked that, 3 in there, shanked that, 3 in there, conducted my reload and got those. But, well, but nothing, that's what I got. So yeah, do a little bit more shooting from the holster, just because why not? Probably on a little bit of steel. Then brought a couple cans, try a little suppressed shooting since it is the SD model. I have some steel at like 10 yards. Just going to get a few hits on it, try drawing out from this holster. Trigger's really nice. Super nice trigger. Magwell, nice for jamming mags back into it. Not sure how nice it is for printing as a EDC. Barely noticeable. All right, thing's pretty rad. It is also threaded, so let's do some suppressed shooting. Granted, I don't think any of the cans will work in conjunction with this holster, so just do some shooting. Brought out 2 different cans. We'll go ahead and start with this guy right here, which is the Erector 9 by Q. Kind of handy. It even matches. I feel like that thing's kind of dirty, but a little late for that now. So we'll give it a go and see how it does. Winning. Next up, Mojave 9 from Dead Air. Just kidding, it is Mojave. 3D printed core. Yeah, just the core. And no, I don't have any subs, unfortunately. It'd be cooler if I did. Oh, guess we can get that guy out of there. All right. Did I mention I just lubed that before I came out here? Choo choo! It's like a train. I'm stoked. This is way better than any Glock host I've ever shot. I'm pretty stoked on this thing. It is running like a champ. Not to mention that trigger's amazing. As much as I want to stretch it out further, see how far I can actually shoot these irons, what I don't want to do is hike my steel target out on the side of that mountain because I'm kind of lazy. So I'm going to get going. But I will ultimately end up bringing you guys a full review when I put in time with everything. This pistol, first thoughts, like, it's really cool. Trigger's amazing, works flawlessly. As far as shooting suppressed, which is more than I can say for any of the Glock hosts I've ever shot. This is not the most conducive to concealed carry. Probably won't use it with this. Probably move this light over to my PDP F series so I can put in time with this holster right here, as well as this light. And that stuff from Silverlight. Gonna use it, just probably not today. Except I'll probably go to the gym later, so maybe I will. But yeah. Pretty stoked on all this. So as I put in more time with it, bring you guys a full review as you would expect, and yeah, go from there. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.